Hey, Joe. I remember at the beginning of last season, you talked about wanting to get 60 wins and the number one seed. That obviously didn't happen for you last year. But I guess, now that you have accomplished that this season, what do you think was the key from a team standpoint to get to this point?
Um, Man, we did it as a group. Felt like everybody contributed. And then it starts on the defensive end. We've been great all year defensively. I think we have the first or the second best defense in the league. And then offensively, just playing with each other, moving the ball, finding the right guys. Tobias doing his thing, Ben doing his thing, me being down there, the bench coming in and, keeping lead or pushing leads. I feel like great coaching staff, great front office. The group that we've had this year has been exceptional.
Paul Hudrick.
Hi, Joel. Doc just talked about the idea that, with defensively, because you guys have been so good defensively all year, and it's kind of been your identity. Recently, it's been a little tougher because you haven't played kind of opponents at full strength, and you guys maybe have, kind of didn't always play up to that identity. What do you do to get that back? Is it just a matter of when the playoffs start, you think it's going to kind of kick in, or during this week off, will you kind of guys have to regroup and kind of refine that?
I feel like we know what we got to do, especially with the playoffs coming in, starting, every play counts. And as good as we were in the regular season, I think we're going to be even better in the playoffs because now, in the regular season, that's not the right way to think, but you can kind of sometimes get away with it, not making the right rotations or, not being fully committed defensively. But in the playoffs, everybody's got to be on the same page. We have a goal and we think we can accomplish it. Everybody's going to be ready, and I think our defense is going to be even better.
Sure.
Austin Krell.
Hey, Joel, you think about, where this team started, where it was 9 months ago after the bubble and getting swept out of the first round. Is that something you think about, like how quickly you went from that to where you are now, and what sort of was the spark of such a dramatic change there?
Well, it starts from when we were when the Sixers finished the season 10-72. I think that's where it starts. From that time, we've only improved. The following year, I played 31 games, and I feel like in those games we were competitive. And if I would have finished the year, we had a great January that year, and I really believe that we would have made the playoffs if I hadn't gotten hurt. And the following year, Ben joined, and we started killing it. Then we finished with the third seed. We lost to Boston in the second round. So I think that's where it starts. So every year we've gotten better. And this year, I mentioned that in the past. I just felt like everything was fitting. From the owners, the coaches, the front office, to the player. I just felt like everybody was on the same page, and that's why we were able to have such a good regular season. But at the end of the day, it's all good. But you got to go out and prove why you were the number one seed, and you got to go in the playoffs and beat these teams and win the whole thing.
Thanks, Joe.
Last question, Christos Sotas.
Hello, Joel. Hope you're doing well. For the young group of guys like you, what kind of confidence booster is the top seed in the East? And for you personally, what it means to be in the conversation for the MVP this season?
What was the first question?
What kind of confidence booster for you is the top seed in the East?
Yeah. Being a top seed, I think he helps a lot. Home court advantage definitely helps a lot as we've been dominant at home. We barely lose here, and Even the losses that we had, we went at full strength, and every time we have, everybody healthy, we barely lose here. So it means a lot to have that number one seed. And as far as being in the MVP conversation, I mean, that was as good as you guys think I am. I should be in there every single year, whether it's MVP or Defensive Player of the Year. So I just gotta play up to that potential. But I just felt like, it always goes back to what we do as a team. So I'm happy about what we accomplished, but that's not. We got a long way to go. Now is the time to really, lock in and go get the whole thing. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Joel.